Hey, what's going on everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a very special card that was just leaked slash spoiled from the new Bloomburrow set, and that card is Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. So today I'm going to be talking about the actual card, my thoughts on everything, and a couple of different cards slash decks that Dragonhawk would work really well in. So let's go and take a look at the card here. So Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest. It's a 5/5 for 3 red, legendary creature, bird dragon with flying. When it enters or attacks, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. At the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. So this card is really sweet. I love the overall top-down design, 5/5 for 5 with flying. Bird Dragon is just a really cool typing, but Dragon is definitely the most important piece of this. So a couple things to note with Dragonhawk. So it's a number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater, which does count itself, which is pretty sweet. So like worst case scenario, you play this on 5, you exile a card, you deal them 2 at the end step, which is pretty solid overall. I really do like that about Dragonhawk. I think this card is really sweet. I think it's going to be pretty solid in standard, you know, similar to like a card like Bonehorde Dracosaur, for instance. You know, they do have similar roles, you know, card advantage, that kind of thing. Dragonhawk is really sweet. So I want to talk about a few cards, more specifically geared to Pioneer specifically, that I think would be good. Because, you know, with like Commander, for instance, Dragonhawk is pretty self-explanatory. Like, yes, it'd be pretty good in like my Dragon deck or really, you know, some Blink deck or anything like that. It'd be pretty self-explanatory. But let's look at a couple cards for Pioneer that I think would be really sweet for Dragonhawk. So we have Reckless Stormseeker, which giving Dragonhawk haste is absolutely insane. So let's for an example, like let's say we go Stormseeker on 3, and then we play one of these 4-drops, for instance, turn 4, and then turn 5 we play the Dragonhawk. So boom, it's going to enter, we're going to exile, you know, most likely 2 cards. So they'll take 4 at their end step, assuming that it survives through combat. We give it haste, we attack for 6. Then trigger, we exile 2 more cards. So just the combat damage is 6 alone, and then that's another 4, and then another 4, which just seems that seems pretty good to me. I don't know about you. Just being able to do that much damage for relatively no cost is pretty insane. So I really love haste enablers with this. So I wanted to show off Reckless Stormseeker and Cactus Folk Sure Shot, which also kind of has like the power 4 or greater thing to it, which is pretty good. I also just wanted to include, I think it's sweet in a dragon deck, you know, just being able to play, for instance, like Thunderbreak Regent or Atsushi or really any smaller dragon is just really good. Or even like Mygla's Maze Crusher, I didn't include that on here because it does have 4 power as well. And then being able to play Dragonhawk is just fantastic, getting all that value. And then obviously, you know, the second main phase of your next turn, ideally, you attack, get the trigger again, and then you can actually start realistically casting the spells off the top. Dragonhawk is not a card you have to play on curve, definitely. I mean, you can just go 5-drop, boom, play it, start getting the value. Or, you know, you get 6 or 7 mana if you're playing this on like a mid-range deck. That way you can cast a Go for the Throat or a Thoughtseize or a Play with Fire or something actually off of Dragonhawk with it. But again, worst case scenario, you play it on curve and you deal a whole bunch of damage with the exile effect. It's just really good. I think Dragonhawk is sweet. But these are a couple cards I wanted to talk about specifically with Dragonhawk, specifically with Pioneer. That would be really good with it. And I guess my final thoughts on it are, I think this card is sweet. I was really excited to see that a dragon was actually going to be featured in Bloomburrow, and I must say, I don't think it did not disappoint. I mean, the card is sweet. It is a legendary creature, so if you're going to play this in Commander, as the Commander, let me know what kind of cards you're going to actually build with this. I think it's sweet. It's a very unique design in terms of, you know, dragons, because most dragons don't give you card advantage. This is pretty much one of the first ones that actually do that, especially efficiently. So I guess let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about Dragonhawk? Is the card, do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's somewhere in between? Just let me know your thoughts below. And that takes us to the end of the video here. Thanks so much for watching. Huge shout out to our channel members, Ralph, Matt, Arcadius, Ray, Gary, and Sarwanoki. If you're interested in being a channel member, it's only $1 a month. You get access to the exclusive Discord, as well as other features here on the channel. And we do a lot of Pioneer content here on the channel. If you are a new viewer, if you'd like to check that out, there's a whole bunch of Pioneer content on this channel. We do paper magic, we do deck techs, and a whole bunch more, so feel free to check that out. So, I'm Commander Crane. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.